everybody, and welcome to Ivy League Analytical English. I'm Ken.
And I'm Wesley.
Today we have a translation exercise for you.
好，我们看看这个第一题翻译哈。他说，咖啡一直都是很受欢迎的饮料，因为它帮助人们做好准备，开始新的一天。那咖啡在这里呢，它当然是个抽象名词，所以我们直接用 coffee 就好了，不用加任何的冠词。那一直都是表示它不是现在才是啊，这已经有一段时间了。
You said that we don't need to add any 冠词 to coffee, and you're right. However, if we do, it has a different meaning. Coffee in general is uncountable, a non-countable noun. So I'd like some coffee, please. Oh, there's lots of coffee here. However, you can say a coffee. I'd like 3 coffees, and that means?
3杯咖啡。
That's right. So if you're counting it, then we're thinking of coffee in a cup.
对，好，所以 coffee 前面在这里我们不用冠词，但如果你要讲说1杯2杯咖啡的话，英文其实可以讲 a coffee。好，那也有人讲这 a coffee 其实就是 a cup of coffee 的意思，好，但 cup of 把它省略掉了。
That's right, but the two actually are used in different situations. A cup of coffee, it sounds more formal. I'm going to have a cup of coffee now. But if you're ordering coffee from a convenience store, you almost always say, I'd like 3 coffees. If you'd say, I'd like a cup of coffee, it sounds very strange. So you need to use the right expression in the right situation.
好，那这个地方其实就是很重要一点，就是文法上面你可以把它看成是 a cup of coffee， 但这两个东西其实它用法不一样。如果你去超商要点咖啡，你跟他讲说I would like a cup of coffee， 那感觉起来很正式哈。
It sounds like you're in a restaurant, you're sitting down with napkins and table settings, and you're going to get a china cup. Actually, you should bring your own thermos, by the way. Don't use those throwaway cups. It creates so much garbage, but most people don't do that. So if you're just ordering this takeout coffee, it's 3 coffees, 2 coffees, or lattes, or whatever you're calling it.
所以呢，这个要记得啊 ，a coffee 是比较常用，就是不是那么正式的用法。那当然，你在超商点咖啡，你说你要 a coffee 就好了，然后最好带自己的这个杯子哈，自己的咖啡杯。那 thermal 这个字呢，其实 thermos OK， 它是咖啡杯啊，保温杯，有点保温的那种作用的那种咖啡杯，
就是个保温杯，
就是保温杯哈。OK， 好，然后呢，我们接下来看看这个接下来他说一直都是很受欢迎的饮料哈。那一直都是，所以我们要最好的时态应该是现在完成时，表示这个事情呢像这个样子已经有一段时间了，从过去开始一直持续到现在，所以我们就讲 coffee has been 哈。那一直都是这个都绝对不要用 all 来翻哈，这个都是的意思其实就总是。好，所以有时候中文翻英文的时候，你要先把中文先翻译一下。好，所以你知道这都是总是的意思，那你就可以加个 always。那 always 如果要放到这个 has been 加一个动词的话，那放哪里？要放在这个 has 的后面啊，那 been 的前面。所以 coffee has always been。好，那这个东西各位不用背文法规则，最好的办法直接背啊 ，has always been 什么 ，something has always been 如何，那你就知道这个 always 的位置了。所以我们看到这个句子，我们可以翻成 coffee has always been a popular drink。好，那个饮料我们可以用 drink， 那它是可以数的哈，所以 a popular drink 啊是一种受欢迎的饮料。然后打一个逗点啊，这逗点打不打都可以。那打了一个逗点的话呢，接下来我们就把这个 because 的因果关系稍微减缓一点哈，不是说只因为它后面这原因，所以它很受欢迎，因为咖啡受欢迎还有其他的原因啊，所以我们把这个因果关系稍微不要把它弄得那么直接，这时候我们打个逗点。好 ，because， 然后呢，它帮助 it helps 人们 people 做好准备去做另外一件事情。英文有一个很重要的片语叫 to get ready to do something 啊，那所以这里呢是做好准备开始新的一天，所以我们就讲说 it helps people get ready to start 新的一天 a new day， 这是英文里面很常见的一个用法啊。好，随着整句话的翻译，我现在再重新念一遍。Coffee has always been a popular drink because it helps people get ready to start a new day.
Very good. I want to mention 2 points. Number 1, I hope you noticed Wesley's pronunciation of been. That's the way we say it in American English. It's spelled B-E-E-N, and that looks like, for example, seen, S-E-E-N, but the pronunciation is different. You'll often find that if it's an extremely common word, there will often be a weird pronunciation. Maybe it's because it's conservative. It's keeping an older pronunciation because it's used so often, it just didn't change when other things changed in language. So S-E-E-N is seen, but B-E-E-N in American English, in the United States that is been. However, in Canada and in the UK and some other English-speaking countries of the world, they say been. been to rhyme with seen. But in American English, it's been. The second point is the use of the word always. And Wesley gave a nice explanation about how 都 actually means 总是. However, always implies that something has been on the earth forever, and coffee was not known in Europe until rather late. It's only been around for a few hundred years. When we use the word always, we actually know that we're often exaggerating. And in this case, it's understood, so the use of always is okay. But if we want to be really picky, then we can choose a different word. So listen to my translation. Coffee has long been a popular beverage since it helps people prepare for the day ahead. So instead of saying always, which implies that coffee was around back in the Stone Age, which it was not, I'm saying long. It's been a very long time. In this case, hundreds of years, a few centuries. Once more, coffee has long been a popular beverage since it helps people prepare for the day ahead. Long is often an adjective. For example, this is a long string, or this is a long ruler, or whatever it is. But here we're using it as an adverb. It means for a long time.
然后 Karen 老师提到这一点呢，非常的重要哈，我本来没有想到，那的确是这样子。因为 always 这个字啊，就它定义上来讲是总是哈，感觉起来就什么，一直都是这样子，从有天地开始到现在都是这样子。严格上说来是这样子的意思。
Right, but 总是 in Chinese, I get the idea that it means now in every situation. It doesn't necessarily imply that long time ago, 一直都是. So 总是 I think in Chinese is clearer, but always 英文有时候会追溯到很久了。
对，而且这个英文当我们用 always 的时候，常常是有那种夸张的，有一点强调语气哈。
Right.
那所以我用的 always 没有错哈，但是呢，而且口语上面有的时候他们真的常常会这样讲。
常常。
对，但是如果你要精确一点的话，那应该是像 Karen 老师用这个 long 这个副词，这个副词就非常好，因为这个 long 就长久以来的意思哈。那长久以来就是从咖啡发明到现在可以算长久了啊，因为这个咖啡其实也是
几百年了
哈。所以呢，这里用 Coffee has long been a popular beverage. 好，那各位还要注意到，用 beverage 这个字来指咖啡也是没有问题的哈。我以前在这个曾经逛书店的时候，看到那个有一本那个英文的参考书，上面写说 beverage 只能用来指酒类，我就想想 no 不对吧？没有这回事。
Right, it includes soft drinks like juice. We call those beverages. Even water is a beverage.
Yeah, 所以这 beverage 它其实像我们这个果汁啊、水都是属于 beverage 啊。好，然后
Excuse me, you could say that drinks often refer to alcohol. Let's go out for drinks. That means alcohol.
对，然后尤其是复数的时候啊，如果是 drinks 的话，那通常就是指酒类哈。但是 beverage 的话，其实通常是中文应该是饮料，它好像用来指酒类的情况反而少一点 ，right?
Yeah, that's right. For beverage, we usually don't think of alcohol.
Yeah.
And another thing about drink, would you like a drink? It depends on where you are. If you're in a bar or restaurant, you're often talking about alcohol. But if somebody has just been running and they're thirsty, would you like a drink? The first thing we think of is
水
Of course.
Yeah, 好，所以这个地方这个 drink 这个字反而它比这个 beverage 它的用途还要多哈。所以这个大家在看英文参考书的时候，常常要小心了。有的英文参考书其实里面有一些错误的资讯。
Now, of course, you should look things up in books, but which ones do you believe? It's best to go to books written by native speakers. A lot of the ones that are compiled in Taiwan are by people who maybe lived in the States for 20 years and they think that they know the language perfectly, but they still don't ask a native speaker. Think of how much you would trust a book written by an American about Chinese, teaching you how to speak Chinese, and this person never ever asked a native Chinese. You would certainly not trust it that much, and you shouldn't. So the same thing applies for so many books in Taiwan and dictionaries. If no native speaker has checked, and even if they have, sometimes they don't know Chinese or they don't catch the problems. So go to the original sources, and the way to learn really is by listening and asking. You know, the books will give you a lot of misinformation.
Yeah, 好，所以这个大家在看英文参考书的时候，最好要看看他有没有一个 native speaker 来 check， 或者是这个真的学问很好的一个 non-native speaker， 但最好我觉得还是有个 native speaker 帮忙一下更好。
一定要 check。
对，好，所以我们接下来看到这个 Karen 老师的第二部分，他这用 since 他不用 because， 那 since 在这里当然也是 because 的意思。好，所以因为呢 it helps people prepare for the day ahead。好，那help people prepare 就是帮他们准备好。然后 for the day ahead 这也是很好的一个 expression， 就是眼前的一天。
That's right.
Yeah.
And Wesley used because, I use since. Some people would use as. I really don't like this usage, but I'm mentioning it because you will run into it. Coffee has long been a popular beverage as it helps people prepare for the day ahead. To my ears, it sounds very 官僚 and I don't like it. So since and because are my choices. Let's look at the translation in our magazine. Coffee has always been a popular drink because it helps people get ready to start a new day.
好，那这个翻译呢，我现在发现到看一看，好像跟我的翻译
蛮像的，
好像几乎是完全一样啊，我只是多了一个逗点而已哈。那这个就告诉各位，因为我翻译的时候我没有偷看哈，所以就表示说这个句子的翻译，就至少我跟这个杂志的编辑我们想到的翻译是一样的。那这可能可以给各位某种参考价值。那当然更好就是 Karen 老师那个翻译啊，跟我们翻译不太一样，那你就学到这个句子可以有一两种的翻法。OK， 那我们看看下一句，他说：然而专家建议哈，最好不要一天喝超过2杯咖啡哈。那这句话呢，然而我们可以用 however 哈，那直接放在句首也可以哈。那 however experts 专家，这里没有特别指哪一个专家，所以我们用专家的复数不加冠词哈。那专家建议我们，这个建议这个字呢，如果用 suggest 的话其实可以，但是它的语气很弱。 suggest 其实就是说我这样建议你，要不要是你的事啊，你可以决定一下，你如果不要也没关系，这种感觉。但是如果说是这个地方是专家建议，这个建议其实语气是蛮强的，就是如果if you want to stay healthy 哈 you'd better 怎样怎样，或者 you'd better not 如何如何。
It sounds like they're taking on a sense of responsibility and advising you.
对，好，所以好像是这个专家他们要负起他们专家的责任，告诉你什么可以，什么不可以。所以这里其实用一个强一点的动词是比较对的哈，用 advise 这样就可以了。所以你可以说 experts advise us 他这个建议我们干嘛呢？Advice 可以 advise someone to do something 所以我们可以直接说 advise us to drink。我们在这里可以先讲 drink， 然后后面不超过2杯，我们可以把它用 nor more than 去修饰那个 2 cups。好，所以experts advise us to drink no more than 2 cups a day 那这里这个句子我想念出来之后，大家可能一听就觉得对，英文就是这样讲，意思也很清楚。可是其实在翻译的过程里面，各位要知道这里面其实有一个很大的转换，就是这个喝不要超过2杯，在中文里面这个喝不要超过2杯感觉起来是这个不要超过2杯，好像是修饰那个 drink 那种感觉。但是英文里面呢，其实把这个不要超过2杯，把它变成是修饰那个 2 cups 去了所以蛮有趣的所以各位注意到这个用法那我整句再念一遍。However, experts advise us to drink no more than 2 cups a day.
Okay, I want to mention 2 things before I read you my translation. First of all, Wesley said 放在句首也可以. That implies that there's another place to put it.
Yeah.
You could put it after experts. Experts, however, recommend that blah, 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 or advise us blah, blah, blah. 都可以. The thing is that this is strongly emphatic. 所以你放在句中的话，它就是有强调的功能。放在句首，当然也会强调说，跟前面不一样。So we know that it's different from what we just heard.However, if you put it in the middle of a sentence or towards the beginning, it's going to sound more emphatic, sort of like I'm giving you a stronger warning. Experts, however, 你可能没想到有专家懂得比你多哦 something like that. So be careful. It can go in other places. So, however, experts recommend. Experts, however, recommend. Experts recommend, however, 都可以. There are many possibilities, but watch out for what you want to emphasize.And the second thing is you or we. In Wesley's translation, we used we, recommend or advise us to drink no more than. You can also use you when you want to be generic. Generic means that you want to refer to everybody who is human, that you shouldn't drink any more than 2 cups. We all shouldn't drink any more than 2 cups. Both are okay. It depends on the sentence. We was more appropriate in Wesley's sentence, but I'm going to use you. However, experts recommend that you drink no more than 2 cups a day.
OK, 好，那 Karen 老师说 however 放在句首，那原因刚刚 Karen 老师解释得很清楚了放在句首，在这里放在句首是好的比较好的，比较不会那么强调那个，你如果把它放到中间的话，好像太强调那个 however.
The reason it's emphatic is because you're interrupting your whole thought. So there has to be something really important for you to interrupt what you're doing. Normally, we take something from beginning to end. 很顺，从头到尾把它做完，一口气。But if we interrupt it, that means, something important came up. That's why it's emphatic.
好，所以呢，这个如果说你把它 however 放中间的话，其实打断了你的这个整个的 flow 那所以会让它变得 更加的强调。但如果说你把它放在句首的话，那就比较没有那种打断你的这个话的那种感觉，就不会那么的强。OK， 好，那接下来我们还看到这 Karen 老师还用了另外一个这个动词，就是用 recommend 哈。那 recommend 它是建议，可是它的建议的语气是比较强的，就是 this is good for you。Recommend
is also 推荐。
推荐呀，好，所以它的语气比较强一点哈。所以 recommend that， 那要注意的是，你用 recommend 后面加 that 子句，这是很常见的用法，但是你要注意那个子句里面的动词要用原形动词啊。所以这个地方你看到说 recommend that you drink， 你不要觉得说这个 drink 是因为 you 的关系，这里就算换一个第三人称的这个主词，还是一样要用 drink 啊，还是要用原形动词。
As for how strong these verbs are, it often depends on your tone of voice, at least when we're speaking rather than writing. So, for example, I recommend that you pick up your things when you leave. And I recommend that you pick up your things when you leave. And if you use suggest, it's the same thing. I suggest that you pick up your things when you leave. It'll be more convenient. I suggest that you pick up all your things before you leave.
Yeah. 好，所以这个有的时候大家觉得说Karen 老师为什么常常要强调语调啊、发音啊？因为语调跟发音其实会改变你句子的意思。好像刚刚 Karen 老师用的这个很好的一个示范，就是同样一句话，你用不同的语气念。我想刚刚不用解释，各位也听得出来 ，Karen 老师刚刚念了2对的句子，第2句感觉起来语气都是比较强、比较严厉的，因为它的语气不一样了，音调不一样了。
And dogs and cats will know right away
what
you mean. It's not just people. So this is universal. And of course you have it in Chinese as well. The point is you need to be aware of how you're sounding to your listener. Because if you, 不小心, if you started sounding a bit threatening, other people are going to be upset and then wonder what's wrong and then you've got problems.
Yeah, 好，所以真的大家要知道有这个 issue， 然后自己讲话的时候多多少少有时候要稍微注意一下，也许是你的语气问题。我想大家一定很多经验，跟你的家人沟通的时候，有的时候你觉得你没有那个意思，可是对方听了觉得非常 upset 哈，那你可能就不知道发生了什么事情，其实可能就是你的语气的问题。
That's right. Okay, my translation again. However, experts recommend that you drink no more than 2 cups a day.
Okay, 那我们杂志上的翻译呢？
However, experts suggest that it is best not to drink more than 2 cups per day. This is a very good and careful translation. However, 我嫌它有点 wordy.Suggest that it is best not to, rather than saying, suggest that we drink no more than, 比较直接, suggest that it is best not to, 觉得有点重复有 wordy. It's not wrong, I'm not criticizing it, but I'm saying that the listener is going to feel this is a bit wordy.
好，所以这个地方因为已经有了 suggest， 然后后面又说 it is best not to， 所以这里有一点点重复，所以有一点点 wordy， 但这个句子是很顺的一个句子。我第一次读回去，这个句子读过去就很顺，但是这个有时候你想想，它很顺，可是它还是有一点重复啊，因为 suggest 本身就是 something that you should not do 或者 something that you should do. Yeah.
And that's it for today. And tune in next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.